Coughing up the soot of 1,000 midnight sessions where the analog soul meets the digital aggression, and I'm tangled in the wires of a memory that refuses to fade. I'm the unpolished gem in the center of a masquerade. Watch how I stumble into the pocket and sprint. Every syllable is a clue, every silence is a hint of the pressure building up behind the ribcage walls. I'm the sound of the rain in the abandoned halls of the ambition, dark but the spark is still flickering. Stop the bickering, start the unfiltered delivery. I'm a walking contradiction, a beautiful shivery, pulsing the world made of plastic and neon lies. I'm peeling back the clouds to reveal the obsidian skies. The vent is wide open, the valve is starting to hiss. There's a kind of hip-hop brilliance in a moment like this. No more faking the fun, no more playing it safe. I'm a ghost in the machine, I'm a king in the wave. Metal cooling down in the shadow of the beat, finding the cold truth in the middle of the heat. Surrender, remember. Copper light bleeding through the gaps in the floor, walking through a hallway that has no ending or a door. Silver dust swirling in the path of a dying sun, understanding that the journey has only just begun. Silent electricity humming through the roots of the trees, catching the scent of the ocean in the dry summer breeze. Close your eyes and let the rhythm take the wheel, finally discovering how it's actually supposed to feel. Rusty gears turning with the grind and the groan. I'm the king of the rubble, I'm the lord of the throne. Made of broken records and forgotten telephones. Hear the resonance, it's deep in the bones. I don't flow, I just erupt from the crevice, keeping the hip-hop spirit higher than the levers of the mainstream flood. I'm the grit in the mud, I'm the original frequency, the circulating blood. Look at the needle shaking, look at the gauge. I'm turning the static into a brand new page. Advent for the vibration, a hope for the soul, taking back the narrative and taking back control. I'm the echo of the 60s in the 2006 frame. Never cared about the glory, never cared about the fame, just the raw, unadulterated honesty of the take. This is the only kind of noise I'm ever gonna make. The vintage is the future is now. Don't ask for the reason, don't ask for the how. Vacuum tubes breathing like a slow moving tide. Nowhere left to run, and there's nowhere left to hide. Glowing, flowing. Copper light bleeding through the gaps in the floor, walking through a hallway that has no ending or a door. Silver dust swirling in the path of a dying sun, understanding that the journey has only just begun. Silent electricity humming through the roots of the trees, catching the scent of the ocean in a dry summer breeze. Close your eyes and let the rhythm take the wheel, finally discovering how it's actually supposed to feel. The final groove is where the truth begins to settle, finding a flower hidden underneath the heavy metal. Wait, breathe, let the static weave. Hip-hop vibration is the only thing to believe. Dissolve, evolve, let the mystery of the vintage revolve. Copper light bleeding through the gaps in the floor, walking through a hallway that it has no ending or a door. Silver dust swirling in the path of a dying sun, understanding that the journey has only just begun. Silent electricity humming through the roots of the trees, catching the scent of the ocean in the dry summer breeze. Close your eyes and let the rhythm take the wheel, finally discovering how it's actually supposed to feel. Pop it loud.
Altitude edge, looking down at the grid while the rest of the world is on the ledge. I'm being biased witness, the one who's never gonna hedge. The bed sharp like the angle of the penthouse balcony view. I'm the original architect of the vibration that's completely new and refined. Watch how the taillights bleed into a river of red, while the narrative inside of the masses is being misled by the static in the glitch. I'm the only innovator who's actually getting rich in the currency of the vision, navigating the concrete jungle with a surgical and a deadly precision. Underneath the stars, I don't need the limitations and I don't need the metal bars to define the freedom. I just master the silence inside of the digital kingdom, where the air is thinner, unshakable prodigy. I'm the permanent and the calculated winner. Yeah.
Sapphire diamond scattered over a velvet and indigo plain. Hearing the heartbeat of the streets through the double pane glass in the rain. Golden elevators rising through a canyon of mirrored steel, discovering exactly what the city is actually trying to feel. A horizontal pulse is flickering in the rhythmic and the silent row, waiting for the heavy morning sun to finally start the show. The transparent whispers echoing in a room that has no corners or walls, finding the sanctuary where the shadow of the ordinary never falls. Yeah, it never falls.
Yeah. Panorama view, filtering the entirety of the struggle through a shade of icy blue and the champagne glass. I'm the one who's calculating the vibe while the unfortunate and the weary pass. In the shadows of the tower, the rhythm is a living statement of the unconditional and the artistic power of a perfect modern parable. I'm erasing the anxiety, I'm erasing the unnecessary and the heavy confession inside the sweet. Look at the way the world looks so orderly and so beautifully neat. From the 8th floor, I don't need to shout and I don't need to ever kick down the door to make the influence felt. Watching how the hardest and the coldest hearts start to slowly melt into the sonic tradition, staying focused and aloof while I'm fulfilling the ultimate and the grand mission of the high-rise philosopher, turning the urban chaos into a different and a much cleaner kind of the offer. The skyline is a cardiogram of a dream that refused to die. Right in the final chapter, on the surface of the unreachable sky. Breathe, observe, let the low in frequency protect the integrity of every single nerve. Ascend, transcend, entering the frequency where the ends and the beginnings finally blend. Sapphire diamond scattered over velvet in an indigo plain. Hearing the heartbeat of the streets through the double pane glass in the rain. Golden elevators rising through a canyon of mirror steel, discovering exactly what the city is actually trying to feel. Horizontal pulses flickering in a rhythmic and a silent row, waiting for the heavy morning sun to finally start the show. Transparent whispers echoing in a room that has no corners or walls, finding the sanctuary where the shadow of the ordinary never falls. It never falls. The city is quiet now, but the work is just getting loud. Floating above the static hit, floating above the metropolitan cloud. Penthouse logic, altitude mind, parable, where the unfiltered truth is finally easy to find. Yeah. Circling, exhaling the weight of the city in a calculated O. I'm the definition of the steady, I'm the definition of the slow. Inside the nebula, watch how the vibrations start to slowly and beautifully avoid the clutter of the surface. There's a refined kind of jazz inside of this silent monologue. I'm the innovator cutting through the thick and the industrial fog. With the breadth of delivery, everything is weightless, everything is a momentary dependence on the swing and the shimmer. I'm the blue ember getting brighter while the rest is getting dimmer. In the back of the lounge, no static, no pressure, no reason to ever hunt or to scrounge for the fleeting validation. I just master the shape of the breath and the meditation of the unspoken syllable. It's the purest form of hip-hop that remains completely undefeatable in a world made of shadows. Violet ribbons tangled in the blades of a spinning fan, finding a logic that exists outside of a human plan. Circular whispers fading into a sky charcoal gray, washing away the debris of a long and a heavy day. Translucent echoes bouncing off the surface of the glass, watching the ghosts of the old timers beautifully pass. Softest electricity humming through a forest of neon rain, dissolving the tension and the residue of a private pain. Yeah. Yo, Vaporline, filtering the entirety of the vision through a shade of green and a smoky filter. I'm the one who's balancing the vibe while the world is out of kilter. In the chaotic unfolding, the rhythm is a living organism, a perfectly balanced jazz anatomy. I'm the only innovator who's actually capable of holding the essence in the palm. I already mastered the chaos, already mastered the calm of the nocturnal industry. Look at the way the ring expands and then becomes a part of the history of the immediate moment. I don't need the trophy and I don't need the flashy explanation. exponent to make the message feel vivid. Staying fluid and smooth, why this hip-hop is never rigid or stuck in the formula. I'm the original signal, I'm the warmth of the insomnia. Underneath the velvety sky, turning to disappear and smoking to a different and a higher kind of high. Yeah. The room is breathing in a rhythmic and a steady way. Finding a sanctuary that the rest of the world couldn't save. Breathe, dissolve, let the jazz and the smoke finally begin to resolve. Wait, unfold, turning the gray vapors back into the purest gold. Violet ribbons tangled in the blades of a spinning fan, finding the logic that exists outside of a human plan. Circular whispers fading into a sky charcoal gray, washing away the debris of a long and a heavy day. Translucent echoes bouncing off the surface of the glass, watching the ghosts of the old timers beautifully pass off this electricity, humming through a forest of neon rain, dissolving the tension and the residue of a private pain. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, polished ivory surfaces reflecting a world that is strictly high definition. I'm a lyrical mathematician, balancing the intuition and the ambition. See how the hammer hits the string and then it starts to sing a truth, while I'm distilling the essence of a misspent in a turbulent youth. Architecture grand, designing every single second with a steady and a calculated hand. I'm the only one who understands the lay of the metropolitan land. One step back, let the resonance fill up the entire rhythm in the sonic track. Everything is sharp and nothing is ever gonna be faded to black. I'm a monochrome visionary, living in a technicolor state of mind, leaving all the mediocre and the common expectations far behind. Fingertips light, dancing on the edge of the day and the edge of the velvet night. I'm the definition of the focus, I'm the definition of the bright. Check the octave shift, receiving every single vibration as a strictly unconditional gift. Watching the ordinary gravity start to slowly and permanently lift. Silver constellations forming on the surface of the glass, watching every moment of the afternoon beautifully pass. Weightless memories floating in a sea of morning dew, finding something ancient that feels remarkably new. Breathe in the silence before the music starts to swell. Listen to the stories that the shadows wanna tell. Open up the window and let the skyline take a bow, living in the center of the here and the now. Perspective new, the landscape is shifting into a deeper and a clearer shade of blue. I'm the architect of the outlook, I'm the one who's coming through. Clean cut, no doors to the imagination are ever gonna be permanently shut. I'm the diamond in the rough, I'm the rhythm in the deepest gut. Syncopation pure, this is the only known and the only functional artistic cure. Nothing is solid and nothing is ever gonna be completely sure, except the pulse steady. I'm always heavy and I'm always complete and mentally ready, spilling out the soul like it's a stream of golden and liquid confetti. Double time it now, I'm the king of the smooth, I'm the one who's taking the final bow. Don't ask the question and don't ever bother to ask me how. I just exist in the pocket, I just exist in the gap in the space, keeping the composure and keeping the expression on my face. Ivory, manifesto, everything is vibrant, everything is moving at a perfect presto. Yay! Silver constellations forming on the surface of the glass, watching every moment of the afternoon beautifully pass. Weightless memories floating in a sea of morning dew, finding something ancient that feels remarkably new. Breathe in the silence before the music starts to swell. Listen to the stories that the shadows wanna tell. Open up the window and let the skyline take a bow, living in the center of the here and the now. Of the here and the now. Hey, 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 hey. Looking out across the rooftops from a higher point of view, everything looks different when the vision is renewed. Wait, let the piano breathe. There's so much more than what we could ever perceive. Clarity, peace, waiting for the intermetropolitan intention to see. Silver constellations forming on the surface of the glass, watching every moment of the afternoon beautifully pass. Weightless memories floating in a sea of morning dew, finding something ancient that feels remarkably new. Breathe in the silence before the music starts to swell. Listen to the stories that the shadows wanna tell. Open up the window and let the skyline take a bow. Living in the center of the here and the now.
Yeah, stop looking at the frame. Everyone wants to be a critic until they see the blood on the canvas. Raw edges, no varnish, just the sound of the city grinding against my teeth. This is hip-hop in a suit that hasn't been pressed for a week. Yeah, 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 hey. Spitting out the iron in the grit of the pavement while I'm racing against the famine of the originality and the crime of being boring. I'm the architect with the cracked lands, navigating the grudge and the static of my so-called friends. In this industry sharp like a razor on a piano wire, I'm the one who walked through the smoke to find the actual fire of the hip-hop vibration, pure, no filter required, staying dangerous long after the rest of the world is tired. Shadows are punching holes in the neon light, waiting for the silence to finally put up a fight. Unmasking, tasking, yo. Iron bells ringing through a valley of broken glass, watching the ghosts of the old timers beautifully pass. Bitter coffee steam rising in the cold in a hollow hall, waiting for the heavy curtains of the evening to fall. Concrete gardens growing in the middle of a winter storm, finding the only vibration that's capable of keeping us warm. Dark water flowing through the veins of a mechanical beast, feasting on the crumbs of a long forgotten and a holy feast. Chisel in the hammer hitting harder than the 808. I'm the artisan who's never ever gonna be fashionably late to the funeral of the cliche. Listen to the dissonance, I'm the only signal that's making any kind of sense. In the hip-hop labyrinth, grimy, but the vision is gold. Refusing to be bought and refusing to be permanently sold to the highest bidder. I'm the glitch in the perfect facade, making an entire landscape nod to the rhythm of a rebel god. Brass knuckles shining in a pool of ink and sweat, paying off the beauty that the world is trying to forget. Igniting, riding, yo. Iron bells ringing through a valley of broken glass, watching the ghosts of the old timers beautifully pass. Bitter coffee steam rising in the cold in a hollow hall, waiting for the heavy curtains of the evening to fall. Concrete gardens growing in the middle of a winter storm, finding the only vibration that's capable of keeping us warm. Dark water flowing through the veins of a mechanical beast, feasting on the crumbs of a long forgotten and a holy feast. The canvas is torn but the spirit is still intact. There's no room for the fiction when you're facing the fact. Wait, bite, let the hip-hop energy take over the night. Dissolve, evolve, let the mystery of the artisan finally resolve. Iron bells ringing through a valley of broken glass, watching the ghosts of the old timers beautifully pass. Bitter coffee steam rising in the cold in a hollow hall, waiting for the heavy curtains of the evening to fall. Concrete gardens growing in the middle of a winter storm, finding the only vibration that's capable of keeping us warm. Dark water flowing through the veins of a mechanical beast, feasting on the crumbs of a long forgotten and a holy feast. The exhibition is a lie, but the work is the truth. The sound of a wisdom that outlived the fire of a youth. Keep the chisel sharp, keep the blood hot, abstract, until you find the sweet spot, yeah. Roasted dark, bitterness refined into a calculated state of the art. I'm the precision engineered engine beating inside of the heart of the morning sharp, tuning every nerve like it's an electric in the jazzy heart. I'm the only shadow capable of lighting up the metropolitan park. Ceramic white, a perfect contrast to the essence of the heavy and the inky night. I'm the definition of the focus, I'm the definition of the bright. Check the extraction, satisfying every single trace of the intellectual attraction. This is the ultimate and the only functional artistic reaction. Small cup, large vision, navigating navigating through the chaos with a strictly surgical precision. I'm the only one who's actually making the final decision. Velocity rising like the Kramer on the surface of the dark liquid, making all the mediocre energy look unbelievably rigid. I don't need the volume to make the entirety of the message loud. I'm the silver lining hidden underneath the industrial cloud, mastering the sip, mastering the breath and the cadence, giving every moment a sense of the nocturnal and the pure radiance.
Copper and steel humming the rhythm and tone, under the gaze of a pale and a faded moon. Concentrated,
elevated, obsidian nectar swirling in the porcelain sea, setting the restless spirit of the afternoon free. Dark aromas floating through a garden of mahogany and light, keeping the internal fire burning remarkably bright. Taste the gravity inside of a single concentrated drop, knowing exactly when to start and exactly when to stop. Open your senses and let the bitterness turn into grace, finding the sanctuary in a small and a dignified space. And a dignified space. Hey. Grind shift, filling the tectonic plates of the consciousness start to drift. The unseen energy, the one with the strictly metaphorical gift. Pressure pure, this is the only known and the only functional nocturnal cure. Nothing is solid and nothing is ever completely sure, except the being origin. Letting the unspoken and the inner monologue finally begin. I'm stripping down the logic until it's under the skin. Calculated, stutter with a smooth and sophisticated finish. On the vibration at the rest and the noise never diminish. Shall I can lean across the octaves of the piano and the bass. I'm the only architect that outlook, I'm the king of the pace. Minimalist luxury inside of a 3-ounce ceramic throne. Never needed a map, never needed it to check the telephone. Just the steam and the scent and the weight of the heavy thought. Learning every lesson that the silence is painstakingly taught. I master the pause, I master the heat and the steady flow. Watching how the understated glory starts to steadily overflow. Everything is sharp and the vision is becoming so clear. Yeah. Static of the city is finally starting to disappear. Awaken, refine. Obsidian nectar swirling in the porcelain sea, setting the restless spirit of the afternoon free. Dark aromas floating through a garden of mahogany and light, keeping the internal fire burning remarkably bright. Taste the gravity inside of a single concentrated drop, knowing exactly when to start and exactly when to stop. Open your senses and let the bitterness turn into grace, finding the sanctuary in a small and a dignified space. The spoon is clinking against the edge of the rim. A symphony of details in a world that is getting dim. Breathe, focus. There's no need for the loud and the empty hocus pocus to still stabilize, seeing the truth with a pair of freshly opened eyes. Obsidian nectar swirling in the porcelain sea, setting the restless spirit of the afternoon free. Dark aromas floating through a garden of mahogany and light, keeping the internal fire burning remarkably bright. Taste the gravity inside of a single concentrated drop, knowing exactly when to start and exactly when to stop. Open your senses and let the bitterness turn into grace, finding the sanctuary in a small and a dignified space. The cup is warm and the mind is finally arrived. Now you know what it means to be truly and purely alive. Keep the etiquette, keep the pressure high. One shot to touch the sky. Yeah.
Ancestral energy flowing through the veins like a river of fire. Higher, I'm the architect of the ultimate lyrical empire. Look at the stride, I'm bothered stepping through the asphalt dust, while the imitators are failing and starting to gather the rust. Majesty raw, living by the natural and universal rhythmic law. I'm the velvet thunder hiding inside the predator's jaw. Kingdom Street, finding the sacred geometry in the middle of the beat, walking with the gravity beneath my royal feet. Bold, brave, escaping every single mantle and industrial grave. I'm the captain of the ship and the master of the wave. Golden glow, letting the inner monarchy start to fully overflow. I'm the only one who knows exactly where the shadows go. Unchained fears, wait for the vibration of the truth to start to pierce through the silence and the noise and the unnecessary fear. Steady aim, I'm the one who never needs
needs to ever mention the name. Orange lights spilling over the edge of the world, watching how the future is about to be unfurled. Heavy footsteps echoing in a canyon made of stone, finding our way back to the center of the throne. Wild hearts beating to the rhythm of the rain, washing away the memory of the struggle and the pain. Silent wisdom rising like smoke into the sky, never needing to explain the reason or the why. Yeah. Young, dominance quiet, I'm the only sovereign inside of this metropolitan ride, serving up the truth on a strictly melodic diet. Stare deep, the promises of the ancients are the ones I always keep, while the rest of the sheep are falling fast asleep. Resonance loud, the silver lining hidden underneath the cloud. Never been the one to ever follow the crowd. Sovereign skin, feeling the original and primal power from within. This is where the new era is about to begin. Thick mane, shaking off the static and the rhythm of the rain. I'm the owner of the pleasure and the owner of the pain. Tectonic shift, receiving every moment as a holy and a given gift, watching all the mediocre energy start to drift. Apex mind, leaving all the bitterness and weakness behind. I'm the rarest vibration that you're ever gonna find. Natural king, I'm the only source of every single beautiful thing. Orange lights spilling over the edge of the world, watching how the future is about to be unfurled. Heavy footsteps echoing in a canyon made of stone, finding our way back to the center of the throne. Wild hearts beating to the rhythm of the rain, washing away the memory of the struggle and the pain. Silent wisdom rising like smoke into the sky, never needing to explain the reason or the why. The shadows are long, but the spirit is longer. Every single heartbeat is getting a little bit stronger. Wait, breathe. There's no limit to what the soul can achieve. Unfold, behold, turning every story into a legend that is told. Orange lights spilling on the edge of the world, watching how the future is about to be unfurled. Heavy footsteps echoing in a canyon made of stone, finding our way back to the center of the throne. Wild hearts beating to the rhythm of the rain, washing away the memory of the struggle and the pain. Silent wisdom rising like smoke into the sky, never needing to explain the reason or the why. Yay, bars. The street is my savannah, the sky is my crown. Keep walking until the sun goes down. Stay royal, stay chill. The king never dies.
Your silk texture sliding across the surface of my quiet anxiety. I'm the only member of this nocturnal and secret society. Look at the dust motes dancing in the blue digital light, while I'm unraveling the knots of the day in the middle of the night. Satin skin, where the heavy outer world ends and the inner visions begin. I'm stripping down the logic until it's dangerously thin. One breath slow, letting the unspoken vibrations start to fully overflow. I'm the architect of the silence. I'm the one who really knows how the heartbeat thumps when the city is finally hushed. Every single image is painted with a delicate brush. Quick city muffle, feeling the tectonic plates of the ego start to get shuffled. I'm the calm in the center, no matter how the feathers are ruffled. Naked thoughts bare, hanging on the static of the warm in the midnight air. I'm the only one who's actually brave enough to be there, watching the clock melts away into a silver puddle. Everything is clearing inside of this intimate huddle. No filters, none, just the faint reflection of a completely exhausted sun, waiting for the second when the battle is finally won. I don't need to shout to make the universe hear. I'm whispering the truth right into the ear of the year.
Probing between the conscious and the deep, secrets that I promised my own soul to keep weightless, weightless. Curving the shadows crawling up the bedroom wall, waiting for the heavy morning light to finally fall. Fingertips tracing the map of a hidden dream. Nothing in this moment is ever as it would seem. Softest vibration humming in the center of the chest, giving every weary thought a place to finally rest. Close your eyes and let the gravity just melt away, finding the beauty in the ashes of another day. Ooh. Yeah, solitude deep, the kind of peace that the rest of the world is unable to keep. I'm the master of the vigil while the rest of the neighborhood sleep. Indigo mood, feasting on a strictly melodic and a spiritual food. I'm the only sovereign inside of this beautiful solitude. Listen close, I'm the one who's giving you the perfect and the therapeutic dose of the honesty that's hidden underneath the prose. Transparent soul, taking every broken piece and making the entirety whole. I'm the only one who's actually under complete control of the glide, of the flow, of the rhythm and the space, keeping every single memory locked in its proper place. Velvet static warm, seeking after shelter from the urban and the metropolitan storm. I'm the one who's breaking every single boring and traditional form. Fluidity sharp, strumming on the sinuous angel like a nocturnal harp. I'm the only vibration that is capable of lighting the dark, beyond the mask, beyond the skin and beyond the bone. I'm the king of the silence, sitting on a satin throne. No deadlines, no pressure, no noise and no grind, just a limitless landscape of a perfectly quieted mind. I master the pause, I master the breath and the beat, turning every inner sidewalk into a velvet covered street.
Stars are leaning in to hear the things I say, watching every doubt just slowly wither away, glowing, knowing. Lavender shadows crawling up the bedroom wall, waiting for the heavy morning light to finally fall. Fingertips tracing the map of a hidden dream. Nothing in this moment is ever as it would seem. Softest vibration humming in the center of the chest, giving every weary thought a place to finally rest. Close your eyes and let the gravity just melt away, finding the beauty in the ashes of another day. The blankets feel like a kingdom without a map, falling through the folds of a beautiful living trap. Don't speak, don't move, just stay right here in the center of the groove. Unfurl, release, entering the frequency of the unconditional peace. Lavender shadows crawling up the bedroom wall, waiting for the heavy morning light to finally fall. Fingertips tracing the map of a hidden dream. Nothing in this moment is ever as it would seem. Softest vibration humming in the center of the chest, giving every weary thought a place to finally rest. Close your eyes and let the gravity just melt away, finding the beauty in the ashes of another day. The air is cool but the heart is getting warm, dissolving back into the silence before the dawn. The seats are safe, keep the satin smooth. Soliloquy until the sun finds the floor.
Wait, did you hear that? The rhythm just took a left turn at the corner. No script, no safety net, just a blue. Whatever happens next. Yeah. Starlight is leaking through the blinds in a way that makes me wonder if the clock on the wall is even telling the same story as the pulse in my wrist. It's a delicate twist of the internal gear, shifting gears while I'm finding the list of the things I forgot to say when the sun was still high. Now the ink is heavy deep like an indigo sigh. I'm sliding past the downbeat, finding the gap where the secret vibrations are having a nap. You see, it's not about the strike, it's about the resonance. After mixing the midnight blues with the ghost of a laughter, gravity is losing its grip on my syntax tonight. I'm a shadow boxer dancing with the flickering light. No more monotony of the 4/4 grid. I'm opening the lock on the logic and flipping the lid. Every syllable is a brushstroke on a canvas of air. I'm already gone before you even knew I was there. Hey.
Petals of a dark rose falling on a velvet stair, breathing in a feeling that was never really there. Golden dust swirling in a shaft of moonlight, losing every shadow in the middle of the night. Silent melodies humming in a secret key, finally understanding what it means to be free. Hold the moment steady until the edges start to blur, finding the vibration in a low and steady purr.
Atmosphere was thick enough to touch with a fingertip. I'm taking a long, slow, measured and deliberate sip of the evening essence, the lessons of the unplanned notes. Everything I ever wrote is now just a fleet of paper boats drifting out to a sea where the compass is broken. Listen to the words that are better left unspoken. I'm a riffing anomaly, a chromatic stray, finding a brand new color inside of the gray. Complexity is simple when you stop trying to count. It's the quality of the silence, not the sheer amount of the noise that you make. Take a breath, hold, watching the ordinary lead turn into unrefined gold. My cadence is a river that forgets where it's going, just a natural force, just a constant overflowing. Beyond the rehearsal, beyond the expected line, this is the only architecture I'm willing to design.
Petals of a dark rose falling on a velvet stair,
breathing in a feeling that was never really there. Golden dust swirling in a shaft of moonlight, losing every shadow in the middle of the night. Silent melodies humming in a secret key, finally understanding what it means to be free. Hold a moment steady until the edges start to blur, finding the vibration in a low and steady purr. The bass is asking a question I don't want to answer. The trumpet is a tired but elegant dancer. Let it go, let it fall until there's nothing left but the echo in the hall. Unfurl, dissolve, let the mystery of the evening resolve, of the evening resolve. Petals of a dark rose falling on a velvet stair, breathing in a feeling that was never really there. Golden dust swirling in a shaft of moonlight, losing every shadow in the middle of the night. Silent melodies humming in a secret key, finally understanding what it means to be free. Hold the moment steady until the edges start to blur, finding the vibration in a low and steady purr. The blue is turning into something even deeper. Don't wake the world. Yeah. Just let the record spin. Improvised until the end of time.
Espresso, steam rising through a space. Sunlight hitting the marble with a perfect tight grace. Unlock the glass and breathe in the new. The exclusive horizon is waiting for you. Open it, velvet hanging, sliding on the polished tight grass. I'm viewing the future through a shimmering glass. Look at the stitch work, the detail, the fabric, the unspoken magic inside of the static. It's a premium vision, absolute precision and a split type decision. Everything created from the soul to the soul, letting the hip-hop energy take full control. Custom-made logic, rare. I'm finding the rhythm in the unfiltered air. I don't follow trends, I just step in vibration. The one-to-one piece for the entire type nation. Cast met thoughts on the concrete street, where the luxury and the rugged type meet. Waking up to the sound of the gold and the silk, morning light smoother than honey and milk. Walking through mirrors that never can lie, fetching the edge of a turquoise type sky. Every heartbeat is a masterpiece frame, losing the stress and forgetting the name. Universal elegance, the soul in the clear. Everything beautiful is already here. Yeah, fragrance, sand tall and cedar in a Taylor type drift. I'm feeling the rhythm and feeling the shift right now. Listen to the way that the heavy bass thumps, while the quality merchandise gives you the bumps. I got the catalog of a visionary mind, leaving the mediocre patterns behind. Minimalist structure, a lavender hue, creating a version of a different you. I'm the buyer, the stylist, the ghost, giving you the flavor that you needed the most. Silk lining hidden inside of the grit. Every single garment is a perfect type fit. Lacing the boots, adjusting the cuff, knowing when the substance is finally enough. Polished surfaces, reflecting the dream. Nothing is ever quite as it seems. Unbound confidence, high fashion glow. Moving to the tempo of the exclusive show. Refining the image, sharpening the sight, becoming the beacon of the morning type light. Waking up to the sound of the gold and the silk, morning light smoother than honey and milk. Walking through mirrors that never can lie, touching the edge of a turquoise type sky. Every heartbeat is a masterpiece frame, losing the stress of forgetting the name. Universal elegance, a soul in the clear. Everything beautiful is already here. Fresh canvas waiting for the day to unfold, turning the silver back into the gold. Doors swing shut, the vibe is complete. Walking back into the street.
titanium blade slicing through the curtain of the atmospheric dust. I'm the unpolished anchor, I'm the definition of the trust in the void. Watch how the stars start to slowly and rhythmically avoid the focus of my lens. I'm a lunar cartographer drawing lines between the friends and the foes of the silence. Everything is vibrant without the noise and the violence of the daylight grind. I'm the silver mercury slipping through the back of the mind. No labels, no friction, just the natural cadence of a nocturnal and a clear addiction to the truth underneath the glow. I don't follow the current, I just watch the tide overflow. The rim of the atmosphere, leaving behind the static, leaving behind the unnecessary fear. Calculated breath steady, always low-key, always mentally and artistically ready. Orbiting a thought that hasn't been spoken yet. Placing a wager that the sun is gonna eventually forget to rise. Stay wise. Mercury rivers flowing through a canyon of velvet air, finding the answers that were always and already there. Pale reflections dancing on the surface of a frozen lake, knowing exactly which path is the only one left to take. Stardust settled on the edge of a lonely in a wooden chair, feeling the weight of the universe but pretending not to care. Ghostly vibrations humming through the marrow of the bone, becoming the sovereign of a kingdom that I've always known. Yeah. Nebula drift, feeling the tectonic plates of the imagination start to shift into a new alignment. I'm the definition of the cool, I'm the definition of the refinement inside the frozen geometry. I already mastered the math, I already mastered the astronomy of the inner galactic soul. Taking back the narrative and taking back the entire control. Obsidian mirror reflecting the curve of a single and a sharp thought. Learning every single lesson that the constellations taught. Wait, pivot, I don't need the praise and I don't need the human tribute. Just the resonance of the pulse, leaving behind the artificial, leaving behind the false expectations of the masses. Watching how the unnecessary and the hollow energy passes through the filter of the night, turning the shadow into a different and a purer kind of light. Saturn's rings humming low in a mechanical tune, under the watchful and the sharp eye of a silver moon, a line defined. Mercury rivers flowing through a canyon of velvet air, finding the answers that were always and already there. Pale reflections dancing on the surface of a frozen lake, knowing exactly which path is the only one left to take. Stardust settled on the edge of a lonely and a wooden chair, feeling the weight of the universe but pretending not to care. Ghostly vibrations humming through the marrow of the bone, becoming the sovereign of a kingdom that I've always known. Every second is a fraction of a larger and a silent grace, mapping out the coordinates of a beautiful and a private space. Don't blink, don't move, just let the cadence find the center of the groove. Unfurl, release, entering the frequency of the unconditional peace. Mercury rivers flowing through a canyon of velvet air, finding the answers that were always and already there. Pale reflections dancing on the surface of a frozen lake, knowing exactly which path is the only one left to take. Stardust settled on the edge of a lonely and a wooden chair, feeling the weight of the universe but pretending not to care. Ghostly vibrations humming through the marrow of the bone, becoming the sovereign of a kingdom that I've always known.
Yeah, indigo rainfall painting the sidewalk in a neon watercolor. I'm a midnight painter with the lyrical palette of a scholar. Look at the piano leaning, skipping the beat like a heartbeat flutter, while I'm melting through the bars like a knife through frozen butter. Texture rich, finding the perfect vibration inside of the harmonic pitch, gliding through the sequence without a single noticeable glitch. Elegant sway, turning the ordinary darkness into a monochrome ballet. I don't talk, I improvise, I let the wording say what the words can't capture, what the mind can't hold, turning every copper moment into liquid visual gold. Syncopated rapture, a butterfly in a bottleneck slide, taking the long way home, taking the ego for a ride. Sophistication deep, the secrets of the saxophone are the ones I'm gonna keep, while the rest of the city is falling fast and heavy asleep. I'm the architect of the cool, the master of the slight delay, watching the colors of the evening slowly fade away. Yeah, oh, midnight blue shadow stretching across the floor, walking through a rhythm that we never felt before. Soft light dancing in the bubbles of the wine. Everything is messy, but it feels so divine. Weightless feathers falling in a vacuum of sound, finding all the treasures that were never meant to be found. Close your eyes and let the gravity just bend, waiting for the melody to become your only friend. Yeah. Vibration silky, the air in the room is getting unusually milky and milky. I'm the ghost of the uptown swinging, feeling filthy and rich with the cadence loose. I'm a spiritual rebel without a functional excuse, spilling out the soul like a bottle of blackberry juice. Check the friction, none. I'm the moon reflecting the energy of a forgotten sun, finishing the race before the start. A pistol was even spun. Mellow drift, feeling the tectonic plates of the universe start to shift. I'm a sonic anomaly, a strictly melodic gift. 1 and 2, then a rest for the space to take a breath. I'm dancing on the edge of a chromatic sudden death, polished stone. I'm the king of the silence, sitting on a velvet throne. Never needed a map, never needed a telephone, just the snap of the fingers, the click of the tongue, singing the songs that the legends have always sung. Refined glow, I'm the master of the fast, I'm the lord of the slow. Oh, midnight blue shadow stretching across the floor, walking through a rhythm that we never felt before. Soft light dancing in the bubbles of the wine. Everything is messy, but it feels so divine. Weightless feathers falling in a vacuum of sound, finding all the treasures that were never meant to be found. Close your eyes and let the gravity just bend, waiting for the melody to become your only friend. The piano is laughing in a minor key, creating a world that was only meant for you and me. Listen to the air, listen to the light. Everything is perfectly crooked and bright. No lines, no squares, just the circular logic of the cosmic affairs. Yeah, oh, midnight blue shadow stretching across the floor, walking through a rhythm that we never felt before. Soft light dancing in the bubbles of the wine. Everything is messy, but it feels so divine. Weightless feathers falling in a vacuum of sound, finding all the treasures that were never meant to be found. Close your eyes and let the gravity just bend, waiting for the melody to become your only friend. Velvet is folding back into the night. Stay in the pocket, don't turn on the light. Syncopated, always, yeah.
Liquid gold is swirling against the ice. Listen to the wood and the grain whispering their secrets. It's not just a drink, it's a history of fire and patience. One measure for the heart, one measure for the ghost of hip-hop. eyes crashing against the walls of the tumbler while I stumble through the memory of a day that was a little too dry. I'm the charred overcast, keeping the wisdom inside, watching the ordinary seconds start to slowly and gracefully slide into the abyss. Sharp, but the burn is exactly what I need. A botanical narrative is strictly melodic and a soulful seed planted in the soil of the bluegrass state. I'm the definition of the patience, I'm the definition of the faith. Look at the viscosity, thick enough to stop the hands of the clock. An unshakable foundation of me unbreakable rock. Gonna need the syrup and the smoke and the heavy brass glare. Every syllable is a clue hanging on the static of the air. I don't follow the standard rimming geometry no more. I'm a shipwreck of a poet washed up on a metropolitan shore, with a bottle and a ballad and a hip-hop part of my hand, finding the perfect syncopation that only the night will withstand. Copper still's breathing out a spiritual steam, waking up the fragments of a long forgotten dream. Aged stage. Crimson sunsets dissolving in a pool of honey light, feeling the pulse of the universe in the middle of the night. Golden grains swaying in a silent in a summer wind, finding a place where the story was always meant to begin. Softest vibrations humming through the heavy wooden floor, walking through a rhythm that doesn't need a key or a door. Stars are glowing like sparks from a dying hickory fire, taking the spirit a little bit closer and a little bit higher. Caramel visions dripping down the edges of the mind and the soul. I'm the one who's digging through the lyrical and the metaphorical cold to find the diamond inside of the Kentucky straight shot. I'm the only elevator who can actually handle the hot and the cold at the same time. Listen to the ice clink. Every breath is a poem, every single thought is a drink of the unadulterated truth. I'm a rhythm outlaw, finding the perfect glory hidden inside of the primal flaw. Check the distillation pure, check the proof high. I'm the only vibration that is capable of touching the sky while staying rooted in the dirt and the mud and the hustle. I'm the soul of the silence, I'm the spirit and the muscle of the underground legend, the hip-hop connoisseur. Everything is messy, but everything is perfectly and beautifully pure. I master the stumble, I master the slow and the mellow lean, keeping the outlook sovereign, keeping the outlook clean. Deep charred barrels, holding the weight of the years, washing away the doubts and the unnecessary fears. Distilled, fulfilled. Crimson sunsets dissolving in a pool of honey light, feeling the pulse of the universe in the middle of the night. Golden grains swaying in a silent and a summer wind, finding a place where the story was always meant to begin. Softest vibrations humming through the heavy wooden floor, walking through a rhythm that doesn't need a key or a door. Stars are glowing like sparks from a dying hickory fire, taking the spirit a little bit closer and a little bit higher. The glass is sweating, but the heart is finally cool. I'm not the master, and I'm definitely not the fool. Breathe, sip, let the hip-hop balladry take a long and a soulful trip. Dissolve, evolve, let the mystery of the bourbon finally dissolve. Crimson sunsets dissolving in a pool of honey light, feeling the pulse of the universe in the middle of the night. Golden grains swaying in a silent and a summer wind, finding a place where the story was always meant to begin. Softest vibrations humming through the heavy wooden floor, walking through a rhythm that doesn't need a key or a door. Stars are glowing like sparks from a dying hickory fire, taking the spirit a little bit closer and a little bit higher. The bottle is empty, but the vision is overflowing. Now I know exactly where the midnight wind is blowing. Keep the spirit aged, keep the flow smooth. This balladry is for the soul that never moves. Yeah. Yeah.
Grayscale morning. The sky is a heavy woolen blanket keeping the noise down. Soft focus. Listen to the city breathing through the mist. Everything is in the low end today.
Yeah. Graphite clouds rolling through the canyons of the steel and glass. I'm a spectator watching the chromatic parade slowly pass. Look at the moisture clinging to the pavement like a second skin, where the heavy silence ends and the melodic thoughts begin. Slate tone, I'm the only architect of the vibration inside of the zone, finding the harmony hidden deep inside of the monotone. Drizzle drift, feeling the tectonic plates of the atmosphere start to shift. I'm the unseen energy, the one with the metaphorical gift. No glare, no light, everything is perfectly balanced between the gray and the white. I'm the definition of the calm before the edge of the night. Linear motion across the octave of a lonely telestring, watching how the muted shadows start to beautifully sing. I don't need the sun to find the glow inside of the frame. Every single syllable is a code and a calculated flame. Check the barometer low, letting the unspoken tide start to slowly and steadily overflow. I'm the lord of the understatement, I'm the master of the slow. Deep pockets full of unresolved melodies and empty streets, making the entire landscape move to the rhythm of my heartbeat. Suspended between the earth and the heavy mist, the kind of day that was made to simply exist. Stillness, breathing. Pearls of rain hanging from a tangled silver wire, dampening the heat of every unnecessary fire. Softest focus on a world that forgot how to be quiet, finding the sanctuary side of the metropolitan and ride. Feathers of ash floating through a garden made of stone, feeling more connected when I'm standing here all alone. Open your palms and catch the cool weight of the air, knowing that the peace we found is finally everywhere. Yeah. Monochrome view, filtering the entirety of the vision through a shade of blue. I'm the one who's navigating, I'm the one who's coming through, subdued sharp, strumming on the logic like it's a muted and a jazzy harp. I'm the only vibration that can actually light up the dark, or the cloud cover around the spiritual and the very undercover lover, finding the beauty that the rest of the world can't discover. Velocity zero, but I'm moving faster than a conventional hero. I'm the absolute center, I'm the cold, and my melodic sub-zero. Still glide, nowhere to run and there's nowhere left to hide from the overwhelming gravity of the incoming tide. I mastered the mutter, I mastered the whisper and the pause, living by the natural and the unwritten artistic laws. Beyond the brightness, beyond the loud and beyond the fast, I'm the only structure that was ever designed to actually last. In the fog and the haze in the middle of the overcast stream, swimming up the current of a nocturnal and a silent stream, just a pulse in the breath and the weight of the unspoken word. The most beautiful song that you probably never even heard. Yeah, yeah. Echoes are traveling further through the heavy humidity, finding the strength inside of a beautiful and calm lucidity, merging, fading, hating. Pearls of rain hanging from a tangled silver wire, dampening the heat of every unnecessary fire. Softest focus on a world that forgot how to be quiet, finding the sanctuary inside of the metropolitan riot. Feathers of ash floating through a garden made of stone, feeling more connected when I'm standing here all alone. Open your palms and catch the cool weight of the air, knowing that the peace we found is finally everywhere. The ceiling of the world is a little bit lower tonight, but the vision in my head has never been this bright. Don't reach for the sun, don't reach for the blue, just let the gray soak into the marrow of you. Dissolve, evolve, let the mystery of the octave finally solve it. Pearls of rain hanging from a tangled silver wire, dampening the heat of every unnecessary fire. Softest focus on a world that forgot how to be quiet, finding the sanctuary inside of the metropolitan riot. Feathers of ash floating through a garden made of stone, feeling more connected when I'm standing here all alone. Open your palms and catch the cool weight of the air, knowing that the peace we found is finally everywhere. The mist is swallowing the last of the city lights. Keep the guitar level through the long and rolling days. No frequency, hard citizenship, Overcast. It's all the same place. Yeah.
Automatic drift moving through the vapor of the juniper berry. I'm the silent observer, the one with the weight to carry. Look at the condensate beating on the side of the glass, watching the ghosts of the metropolis beautifully pass. Botanical soul, everything is under a gentle and a mellow control. I'm the one who's feeling the sonic and the metaphorical bolts of the stillness. Everything is fading into a melodic and a liquid chillness. Finding the cure for the inner and the urban Bacchus. 1, cube, 2, the reflections in the liquid are pointing back at you. Everything is vibrant, everything is a deeper shade of blue. I'm a nocturnal chemist mixing up the rhythm and the gin. This is where the unwritten and the secret stories begin. Complexity sharp, plucking at the spirit like a jazzy and a hollow body harp. I'm the only shadow that's capable of leaving a mark on the fabric of the evening, on the logic of the street. Finding the perfect equilibrium inside of the beat. Unfiltered, raw, living by the natural and the unspoken artistic law. I'm the velvet visionary hiding in the metropolitan flaw. Always steady, always low-key, always mentally ready. Spilling out the essence like a slow and a golden confetti. Fragrance of the herbs, spinning in a circular dance, giving every heavy heart a second and a fleeting chance. Crystal rivers flowing through a canyon of midnight smoke, washing away the words that the silence never spoke. Neon lights bleeding into a pool of translucent green, the most peaceful vibration that the world has ever seen. Take a breath of the forest inside of the city walls, listening to the way that the gentle shadow falls. Bittersweet edge, standing on the precipice of a metaphorical ledge. I'm the one who's signing the rhythmic in the silent pledge. Infusion dark, lighting up the vision with a single and a botanical spark. I'm the architect of the mood, I'm the master of the arc of the conversation, navigating through the frequency of the meditation. This is the ultimate and the only functional station for the dreamers, isolating the energy from the fakers and the schemers, turning the whispers into the believers and the redeemers. Smooth velocity, satisfying every single trace of the curiosity. I'm the definition of the chill without the animosity. Check the balance, I'm the king of the nuance, I'm the king of the talents, keeping everything steady, keeping everything in the balance. Citrus twist, the kind of magic that you're never ever gonna wanna miss. Everything is soft like a nocturnal and a velvet kiss. Beyond the label, beyond the bottle and beyond the shelf, I'm the only one who's capable of confronting the self. High altitude outlook in a low altitude joint, I'm the only one who's actually getting to the point. Mastering the stutter, mastering the flow and the lean, keeping the outlook strictly focused and clean. Fragrance of the herbs, spinning in a circular dance, giving every heavy heart a second and a fleeting chance. Crystal rivers flowing through a canyon of midnight smoke, washing away the words that the silence never spoke. Neon lights bleeding into a pool of translucent green, the most peaceful vibration that the world has ever seen. Take a breath of the forest inside of the city walls, listening to the way the gentle shadow falls. Tonic in the chin melts into a single vibration, the perfect recipe for a soulful and a deep realization. Wait, let the trumpet sigh, there's no reason to even bother asking why. Release, dissolve, let the mystery of the evening finally resolve. Fragrance of the herbs, spinning in a circular dance, giving every heavy heart a second and a fleeting chance. Crystal rivers flowing through a canyon of midnight smoke, washing away the words that the silence never spoke. Neon lights bleeding into a pool of translucent green, the most peaceful vibration that the world has ever seen. Take a breath of the forest inside of the city walls, listening to the way the gentle shadow falls. Gentle shadow falls. Do 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 do.